What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And yeah, this is not my workbench. Your boy has been sick for the last 2 days, and so I'm on bed duty. This is my bedroom. This is where the magic happens. This is what do you think? I still need to hang that picture up, but that's not the point. Let's talk about what your boy has been playing. So this game is scratching the itch. It's a free-to-play game. It's called The First Descendants. There's a lot of issues with this game. Free-to-play game. You know, if you read the thing, they have crazy things about EULA and blah, blah, blah. Every freaking game does that. TikTok is probably even worse. Worse. But the reason why I'm making this video is not necessarily because of how fun this game is, but it's about your boy's idea of the Steam stream machine. And before we get into that, let's go ahead and play this game. So this game is not optimized for the Steam Deck, but it will run on the Steam Deck. This is my OLED Steam Deck, the one that I mutilated. While that loads up, check out this new caddy I put in the other day right here. Look at this thing, just slide it right in. Wife hates it. She saw it the other day. She said, get that thing out of there. So I'm just gonna wait till she tells me a third time to get rid of it. First of all, this game runs pretty smooth at 30 frames on the Steam Deck's natural hardware. And I know a couple of you have mentioned, why don't you overclock your Steam Deck? And honestly, you know what? I actually went ahead and looked up how to do it and all that stuff. But I'm not really into it, because if the Steam Deck's all you have, then yeah, go for it, send it, right? But the whole point is to get the best possible performance out of the Steam Deck. And unfortunately, you're just not going to beat streaming to the Steam Deck. So here we are in the main city at 30 frames. Right now we are on 800p, high visibility, everything low, textures is on medium, and it plays pretty well. Like, it doesn't actually look too bad right here natively on the Steam Deck. If we overclocked it, I don't think we would get any real noticeable difference from my experience. Probably, because the thing is, we won't get higher than 30 frames. It's just not going to happen with a overclock. Here, maybe we'll be able to turn up the texture quality just a little bit. But for the most part, we're going to be rocking around this same frame rate. And so the amount that we're probably going to get from overclock is probably going to be very minimal at best. And, you know, you're not really going to get that much out of a game like this. Helldivers 2, definitely a different story in Helldivers 2, just because it's so CPU bound. Definitely can get something more out of that one. But this one is definitely more graphically bound. And when you have a game that's more graphically bound on a Steam Deck, you're just not going to get a lot out of it. When you overclock, nothing worthwhile, in my opinion. But obviously, if you only have a Steam Deck, then that's all you have. So the reason why I bring this up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to stream this from the mini PC, and I'll show you where the mini PC is. Mini PC is right here. Haven't configured it yet. Another project to do when I feel better. Then we can go ahead and just stream this from the Steam Deck out there. We do run into the issue. Well, first of all, the aspect ratio is off on this. I don't know if you guys can tell. There's a lot of compression going on here. A lot of compression. The scaling is completely off on the streaming version on the Steam Deck. I can fix that by just changing the resolution on the mini PC. But you could tell already how much smoother this looks. The compression is pretty bad though. You'll see that. You can really see in the character. I would argue that this looks worse than it does playing with pretty much low everything on the natively on the Steam Deck versus streaming from the mini PC. It's because of the compression. Compression is terrible. The whole point is not to use Steam's streaming service. It's to use Moonlight. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. What we're going to do is I already have it set up, and if you want to know how to do this, there's plenty of tutorials out there. It's pretty simple. This is my Steam Deck, and then it's going to go to big picture mode. I won't lie, it's not as intuitive as the streaming is or as playing natively on the Steam Deck, but you will get a whole lot better results. Touchscreen doesn't work. So basically, it's just streaming your PC onto your, so you can see the taskbar right there. So does Steam Link, but this one just has a better bitrate compression. The aspect ratio is a lot better on this one. As you can see, it was off on the Steam Link one. The Moonlight slash Sunbeam or Sunlight, whatever this one is, does a really good job streaming games. By far the best. Just looks so much better, if you ask me. And this place is heavy end frames. You'll get a lock 60 in combat, and I'll show you that in a second. But it looks night and day better from the Steam Link, and it looks better than it does natively on the game. The texture quality is better, shadier. Latency is non-existent. I can always tell latency in menus, like switching left and right. I go like this. I don't feel it. This is how I always tell. You can tell loading, so when you go to a shop, bottle shop, and by the way, your boys already spent about $20 on this game, even though it's a free-to-play game, because I wanted the new skins, and I couldn't help it, and I'm sick, and I want to feel better. But look, this looks so good. This looks so good. This is a good-looking game. And yeah, I'm identifying today as a female bunny. That's how I identify today. I'm getting pretty close to 60 frames here. Pretty smooth. Man, we're dipping over here. I think we're just loading the area. Let's do a quick pass. Oh, we are dropping. Interesting. Wonder what's the difference between it playing now. We're getting 60 frames last night. Oh, you know what? We are getting only 45 frames here. Only because last night I was playing on 720p. All right, here we go. That's 900. This is 900p. Can't really see the difference, can you? Compression's happening right now, but that's just my internet connection. If my Steam Deck was hardwired to the Ethernet too, it would be a lot better. But overall, you can't really see too much of a difference between 900 and 800. There is a lot of compression going on right now. I can adjust the bitrate on Moonlight, which is pretty cool. I wonder, was I wrong? I don't know. I was really sick yesterday when I was playing. I for sure see a difference between... maybe not. I don't know. It's super subjective, guys. So we can argue on texture quality and which one looks better fidelity-wise. And I'm always going to say this looks better. This is 900p scaling down to 720p at high-medium mixture. And it's playing pretty close to a lock 60 frames. We do get dips in the mid-50s. But one thing I can tell you is the frame rate is so much better here at 60, even though we are dealing with some compression and maybe a slight latency, so low that I can't honestly tell the difference between the two. It's just super nice. This is a really, really great experience. The game looks great. If we had a landline connection, it would even be better. And I could easily hook one up here, but I like being wireless. Look, and we don't have to worry about like overheating issues. We don't have to worry about settings. We don't have to worry about battery life. It just works. It just works, and it works really, really good. And that's the whole reason I, built that whole thing, was to be able to do something like this. We still got to figure out this 90 frame situation, because I'm sure there's a way to work around it. Maybe I just go plug it into a higher display rate or trick the computer somehow. Oh, you know what I can do? I have a dummy plug. I bet you if I can plug in a dummy plug, I can trick it into putting out a better resolution. I think that's what I'm going to do. Battery life is ridiculous. I've been playing for 2 hours. I still got over 5 hours left, basically 6 hours left of gameplay. Battery life is ridiculous now because we're not using anything really. We're streaming everything. So definitely a great experience. If you don't have a main computer, or if your main computer is something like mine where it's too much power to just run, definitely I would highly suggest doing something like this. This is a really good experience. I'm enjoying it quite a freaking bit. This is a lot of fun. The Descendants, check it out, guys. I had the first Descendants. I know EULA stuff and all that stuff. I think Apex does the same thing. Every like free MOBA or any free game wants your data. And good thing this is just running on a PC that really has no data on it to take. It's just straight up gaming, so they can take whatever they want out of that, because my main information is cell phone on my MacBook. That's where I do most of my work. So I'm not gonna play the game on either one of those. So I'm not really too worried about them taking my data to sell to other people at all. So I know some people get really weird about that. But that's just my take on it. I'm not too worried about it whatsoever, and I'm freaking out of ammo. But other than that, guys, hopefully this was informative and give you guys get a good idea of what's capable out of your Steam Deck when you have a Moonlight and Sunlight playing towards it. You really get a good experience as long as you have a great internet connection. You don't have too many people on your internet connection when you're doing this, and you'll get a really good experience. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave them in the comment below, and I'll answer whatever I can. Peace.